All right, so let's talk about how to be a better husband. I know a lot of you guys out there want to be good husbands, and you want to love your wife and model that for your kids. If you have sons, you want them to know how to treat their wives when they grow up. If you have daughters, hopefully you want them to know what kind of guy to look for. And so, I think it's important to really ask this question of yourself: how can I be a better husband? Now, luckily, I've got a wife who knows how to speak her mind. That's a good thing. She knows what she needs. She's a great communicator. And so I think I've got some insight just because I've got a wife who knows how to ask for things, because I'm not always that great at giving her what she needs. So I guess the first thing is, I would just say, make a commitment to communication, a culture of communication. That's what you want with your wife. And then you want your kids to see that eventually too. I think the second thing is, really make sure that you understand her love language. I don't know if you've ever read that book, or if you know what the love languages are. There's 5 of them, but kind of the point behind the love languages is to learn to love your wife in her language, not just in your language. It's kind of about self-awareness. Be aware about what your love language is, and more than that, be aware of what her love language is, because you have to learn how to speak her love language. If your love language is acts of service, that's what mine is. Serving her is natural to you because that's the language you speak. But if that's not her love language, you got to find out what it is, and you've got to love her in a way that she receives love, not just in the way that you give love. I guess the last thing I'd say is you have to really build trust. Trust is something that you have to earn. You can't just sort of demand it of your wife. So you have to earn trust over time, and that takes a long time. So do things that are building trust, and instead of doing things that are sort of taking away from your wife's ability to trust you in what you say and do. So bottom line answer to how to be a better husband is be selfless, not selfish, because you might not want to communicate, but you have to. You might not want to love your wife in her love language, but you need to. You might not want to, do the things that earn trust, but if you want a good marriage, happy wife, happy life, you should do those things.